Okay, guys, so sorry, I can't even talk right now. I'm very frazzled right now. Okay, so as you know, episode 19 of Abandoned was released today. That's Friday, June 14th, 2019. Okay? So, I watched it and it was really good. It was another really good episode. Um, but then something happened. I think I think 2319 MI, Jake, whatever you want to call him. As you know, we are both part of the Campfire Society podcast, and we of course are part of the same Discord because of that. I think Jake might have messed up because earlier today, Jake accidentally posted his elimination order in our host chat for Campfire Society. So what that means is that myself and BayoCakes98, we now know the rest of the elimination order for Abandoned. And as a man of the people, as the people's champion, I feel as though it's my responsibility to tell all of you guys and to leak this elimination order because the people have a right to know. And I just wanted to, oh my God, I can't even talk right now. And I just wanted to make this video and say that, as you can see, the title of this video is Abandoned Elimination Order Leaked, 2319MI Exposed. And if you're here watching this video because of that title, you just got jebaited. You just got jebaited. Yeah, that's not true at all. He didn't accidentally post the elimination order, but now that Abandoned episode 19 is out, I really just wanted to make this video to kind of give my predictions for Abandoned. So just to clear the air, just in case anybody hasn't really caught on to the joke yet, no, I do not know. I in no way know the elimination order for the rest of Abandoned. I wish I did, but I do not. Nobody in Campfire Society knows any of our elimination orders, especially because I still have a long way to go in my season, so that's a lot of eliminations. Blah, blah, blah. And hell, Bayo has a long way to go in his season too, so nobody is telling anybody anything about their eliminations. So I was just kidding around. We're okay. We are okay, y'all. But yes, this is going to be my predictions for the rest of Abandoned. And as you can see, everybody that's already been eliminated, I have them already laid out on the chart here, and I'm just going to go over briefly what I mean by these terms. These are wrestling terms pretty much, but yeah, so pretty much like the first 5 people eliminated, those are going to be the jobbers. Those are the people that, they showed up only to be eliminated. That was pretty much their entire purpose. And this is speaking broadly, because you have Dodrio over here, and he wasn't eliminated until episode 9. So even though he was the 5th one, technically he came in 28th place, even though he was there was a lot of people eliminated before him and then who came back. I'm not going to include those because obviously, as you can see, I'm on tier maker, and it would be a little harder to do that. But the way I have them listed here is essentially going from left to right. So Skitty was the first one eliminated, so she's in 32nd place, all the way up to, so we have 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, and then so on and so on. So we've got all the jobbers here. We have all the lower mid-carders here. It hurts that Bergmite and Fennekin are lower mid-carders, but, we can't all get what we want, can we? Then we have the mid-carders, starting off with Panseer, of course, Sorry Telly. And then Vivillon, Ivysaur, excuse me, Corphish for the second time, I should add, Cinccino, and spoiler alert, obviously, don't be watching this video. Well, actually, if you're not caught up on Abandoned, I don't know why you'd be watching this in the first place, but, spoiler alert for episode 19 of Abandoned, Zorua is the one who is eliminated. And it was a swerve, it was a blindside, I'm not going to lie. So here's what I'm going to do. As Bisharp said at the end of the episode, the next episode will have a double elimination, and then after that is going to be the merge. So as you can see, obviously 32 through 28, 27 through 23, and then 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, and the mid-carders tier is going to go up to 15. So the next two people that get eliminated are going to go boom, boom, right here. Then we're going to move on to the post-merge tiers. So we have some people to think about for this, and basically, you'll have to excuse me. I'm gonna have to take a few sips of water here and there. So it's hard to say. It's difficult for me to honestly. I would say that the next two eliminations are going to be significantly more difficult than anything past the merge. Pretty much because, as you know, if you're watching the show, there are 3 teams, and yeah, that's a lot of moving parts because I just completely lost my train of thought. This is going to be unedited because, fuck it, why not? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of moving parts in the next episode because I'm assuming only one team is going to win an instability. The other 2 teams are going to each eliminate one person, which is not good for a lot of your favorites, especially because I've got, my top 5 favorite contestants, excluding Bergmite, are still in. And there's 17 left, so I have a pretty good chance of one of them getting sent packing, and I really don't want that because I want them all so badly to get post merge. But here's what we're gonna do. So I have, let's see. I'm gonna pull up. This is the most recent episode, Adoy, and I'm gonna scroll over to where the challenge starts, or rather, where the challenge is. There we go. Yeah. So, also 28 minutes in, and we're just now getting to the challenge explanation. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we have, this is Team Zerkatree, if I'm not mistaken. This is Team Guzzlord, and then this is Team Buzzwole. So it's going to be interesting to see who or which team wins, because Team Zerkatree has a, I believe, 2 challenge winning streak. And then the last eliminations were, of course, from Cinccino, from Guzzlord, and then poor Zorua. I was pointing at Kolaba. Poor Zorua from Buzzwole. Now, at the end of the episode, Servine did say that instead of going after Kolaba, she is going after Fletchinder next, which is an interesting thing, because personally I could do without both of them. I wouldn't mind if both of them were gone. I think Riolu's doing well, he's not doing bangers right now, but he's doing fine as like an antagonist, because like the thing is, you've got your 4 antagonists pretty much in Riolu, Servine, Fletchinder, and Haunter, but nobody's really like nobody's really like a breakout antagonist. Nobody's like going out, like no one's going crazy with it, is what I mean. They're all kind of like, kind of waiting in the wings, you know. It does kind of feel like they're all kind of waiting for something. Um, but if I had to pick which, honestly, I think it's tough, man. I think that I got a bad feeling that that circuitry is going to be on the chopping block, which is not good for me because three of my homeboys, Electrike, Tyrogue, and Magby or Magmar now, excuse me, and Hitmonlee, excuse me, um, they are on this team. So if circuitry is going to elimination, I have a 50-50 shot of one of them going home. And the problem is, I don't know. I don't know if any of them are gonna be like really safe because you have Flaffy who is pretty much patching things up with Oshawott. Um, and then you've got Haunter who's kind of just waiting around, waiting for something, waiting for his moment to strike. You've got Miss Magius who's kind of like on his tail, kind of trying to make sure that he's not doing anything crazy. Um, and then you have Hitmonlee now, who is kind of just starting a new storyline with Eevee slash Espeon, and then you've got Magmar and you've got Electrike, who I'm nervous that like they're kind of, I don't know if I'd want to say bromance, but like their bro show is kind of nearing the end of its time, right? And then so they might be in danger. But then you've got Fletchender's the only one who's overtly in any danger because Servine said so, obviously. And I don't think that, man, I don't think that Buzzwole is gonna go to elimination just because, like, I don't know, they really they went through the ringer in this episode, honestly, especially Quilava. So I think Quilava might end up getting a break, but and then there's Guzzlord, man. Uh, Duat, man, he's trying to reform himself. He's trying to not be a dickhead, but like he's like not he's doing all right. But like, oh, I don't know. Like the only real member of Guzzlord that kind of strikes me as someone who has a good chance of going home is Curlia, because like aside from like volunteering to fight the boss in this episode, like Curlia hasn't really done that much since she's been back. Not that she hasn't done anything. Um Not that she hasn't done anything, but like she's been kind of in the background the whole time since she came back. She did go through like a character metamorphosis from the time she went home first to the time she came back, but um I don't really know if she's like, I feel like she's the one who's like the most unsafe. Um, and then honestly, oh, it might end up being Fletchender, honestly, because I don't know. It's like everyone on Circuitry, I'd feel like they're all kind of, they haven't yet reached the crescendos of any of their storylines. So I feel like to eliminate them now um would be kind of like an injustice because a lot of these things aren't complete yet, um, which is the main concern for me with Electrike and Magmar, is that their kind of their bro show is like, all right, well, Magmar is overcoming his fears, he evolved, whatever. All right, yeah, time to send Electrike home. Like, I really hope that's not it. But okay, so there's two more before the merge. I think I'm gonna be pretty bold here, and I'm gonna say that Fletchender's going, and then Curlia is going. So now we're left with the merge, the post-merge tribe, and I think this is a really good post-merge tribe, honestly. I think everybody kind of has something going for them, except maybe Miss Magius. I don't really know. Like her and Haunter are kind of like the not the least memorable. That's not what I'm trying to say. They kind of have the least story going on right now. I think the most that's going on is Haunter is kind of going into the sabotage, and Miss Magius is kind of trying to um, get him away from that. But I don't think that's gonna work really. So, um, and the merge is yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, cool. Yeah, so there's 14 left and 14th place, man. Um it's tough, but I'm leaning towards either Miss Magius or Munchlax because I feel like Munchlax is kind of getting on his last ropes a little bit. Where I actually thought Munchlax was really funny in this episode because he was kind of just like he was getting ignored by everyone. But I feel like he's kind of nearing the end of his arc of him trying to make allies and fucking up and then no one trusting him. I feel like that's sort of coming to an end because you really can't do something like that forever. Like I don't think like he could make it to like Final Four or anything like that. But I think Miss Magius is going to be the next one gone. Like so, the first one post merge I think is going to be Miss Magius. And let me make it clear, I like Miss Magius. I'm a big Miss Magius fan. Um, I didn't cry because I don't cry. Um, at her backstory, I it, that was one of the first. Actually, it might have been one of the first ones of the season. One of the first like, tragic backstories of the season. Um, but it was like the first kind of backstory that had me like, oh my God, like wow, this show about Pokemon is getting me to feel an emotion. Um, but I feel like there's just not enough room in top 10 for like everyone because that's what we're all going for pretty much. We're going for top 10. But I feel like it's not for everyone. You know what I mean? Um, so I think Miss Magius is going to be in 14th place. And then, um, it's kind of a toss up because I feel like Munchlax is still kind of in the danger zone, but at the same time, I also think that Duat is really on his last legs. And I feel like so now this is so this is episode 19 with Zorua. So now we're gonna have episode 20 with these two, and then episode 21 with Miss Magius going home. Um, and in episode 19, uh, Duat is told you need to not be a dickhead, and he's about to like burst at the seams, yelling at people by the end of this episode. So I don't know if he can keep that up for 1, 2, 3 more episodes. So I feel like he might. I feel like that might be his undoing. And additionally, I feel like the kind of blood feud between him and Electrike that's been going on since the beginning of the season. I feel like that's finally going to boil over, and I feel like eventually, I feel like Duat is going to snap, probably at like I don't know. Hell, maybe even that Flaffy. Yeah, that does seem like a plausible theory that Duat is going to like snap at Flaffy, and then she's going to be like, "Oh, all right, Dick, um, I don't like you anymore." And then Electrike's going to be like, "See, I told you all along." And then she's going to be like, "You know what, Electrike, I love you," and he's going to be like, "Yeah, I love you too." I'm just kidding, but Obviously, that's a joke. That's a joke. But I do think that Duat will be the next one gone. So Duat is going to be in 13th place, and then we're going to have 11 to 12, 11, 10. All right, so next, see, now we're getting to the tough part, because now we're getting to the part where there's a majority of people that I do like. Because we got, this episode really, like Espeon, Eevee/Espeon, really like hopped a big line um, in terms of like my favorites. Um, so there's her. Hitmonlee has been one of my favorites. Uh, Magby/Magmar and Electrike have both been two of my favorites since I think episode 1 or 2. And then sleeper favorite, Frostlass. Deadass Frostlass is my favorite. But so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of, we're at what, 13 now? And I like Grovyle. I like, I like Flaffy. I like Munchlax. Riolu, he's Servine, whatever. Haunter, like, all the villains are kind of for me. Who was that? Kolava. I'm a little lukewarm about Kolava. I like Kolava. Her backstory was like, whoa, holy fuck. But like, I don't know. I feel like she is going to be a little lost without Zorua and then Servine is going to go after her. And then I think she will have Espeon and Grovyle on her side. So I feel like the next logical person to go home would be probably Quilava, because she's not really going to have any allies. And in a game like this, you do need some allies. So she's going to be in 12th place. Okay, let's see. Who's next? So now we're getting to 11th place. Now, the thing is, not to say that in a top 10 you should only have one villain, but like in this top 11 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, just making sure my count is right. In this top 11, you have 3 villains that to this point, or at least to this point, they were all kind of like just waiting in the wings, kind of, all right, I'll pick my shots, I'll wait for my moment to strike. No one's really done anything crazy. No one's like the craziest thing that's been done, I think, aside from Zorua's elimination, is the closest thing to it, is Snivy at the time. I think she was still Snivy at the time, giving Ghastly the immunity idol to eliminate Pansear. So that's really the craziest thing that's happened so far, aside from the Zorua swerve. But I don't know. I just feel like all 3 of these villains, they're all kind of like, not to say they're not good villains, but none of them have really done anything yet. Especially not Haunter that I know of, aside from receiving the immunity idol from Snivy. So I think we'll get probably one more babyface elimination, or excuse me, one more good guy elimination, and then one of the villains is probably going to go. But I'm going to say that 11th place, I have this feeling that Grovyle's going to go kind of early in the merge. Not like first episode of the merge, but he'll make it a few episodes, and then it'll kind of like turn around, and I feel like Riolu will probably have something to do with it, maybe Servine as well. But I got this feeling that Mr. Toki Toki is not going to survive until the top 10. So I'm going to say Grovile is going to be in 11th place. I don't like it. Never said I liked any of these, but that's just what I think. And additionally, we have had 3 second form starters in a row of the type triangle. Oh my god. So, yeah. So now we're in the top 10, but who's going to get 10th place? So, like I was saying, these two, Riolu and Servine, they're kind of doing everything as villains. But I feel like one of the villains, either them two or Haunter, I'm gonna move Frostlass right there. One of these three is going home at 10th place. And the more I think about it, the more I feel like it's gonna be Servine, because I feel like now that Zora was gone, once Fletchender's gone, and then once Quilama's gone, Servine is like her mission is over. Like, all the people that she was looking to get revenge on or to stab in the back, those people are all going to be gone. So I feel like her kind of story arc is going to be complete, and then she will be eliminated in 10th place. So now we're at the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Top 9, baby. All right. So now we're at the top contenders category, and this is where things get even more difficult for me, because I'll move you over here. Honestly, I'm gonna rearrange them in terms of how much I like them. That's what I'm going to do. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's about right. But this is where things get hard, because as you can see, there's 7 that I like. Well, there's 5 that I love, 2 that I like, and then 2 that I'm like, whatever. But yeah, there's no way another villain's going home right after Servine. You have to have a villain, otherwise it's just kind of like, hey, we're gonna play the game fair. Good luck, everyone. Like, that just doesn't work. And so this is the time where I'm going to have to start making decisions that I don't necessarily agree with. So, in 9th place, I'm going to say Flaffy. Flaffy's going to be in 9th place, just because I feel like once Duat goes home, she's going to be Paloramas with Electrike, and she is going to have a few episodes to be like a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. But I feel like pretty much with Servine, like once we get to this point, it's going to be like her character arc is kind of going to be complete, and I'm not really sure what else could be done. So I'm going to say Flaffy's going to be in 9th place. So next up in 8th place. Oh man. This is tough. This is tough because I really am going to have to start making some decisions that I am not too pleased with. And I think that decision is going to be Espeon in 8th place. Now, my reasoning for this is because, obviously, if you've seen the episode, you know this, but so Espeon and now Hitmonlee, they are pretty much a couple now. Like, it's not like, well, they kissed a bunch of times. There wasn't anything that was like, oh my god, we're a couple. Like, nothing like that, but it was pretty heavily implied that they're a couple now. And that's fine, because they're 2 characters that I like. They have good chemistry. The writing for them was really good, and everything is good. But I feel like there is going to be some kind of swerve. I feel like top 8 is a good time to have a challenge where it's not necessarily it's not going to come down to a vote. It's going to be whoever loses the challenge, like whoever's like in last or something like that, is just eliminated. So I feel like that would be a challenge that would make sense for someone like Espeon to go home, because if you think about it, who's going to vote for Espeon? Maybe Munchlax, like these two, maybe Munchlax, but then other than that, like maybe Frostlass, and even then, that's half the votes. Um, but you know, I don't think that's how it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a challenge where it's like last place gets eliminated, something like that. And I feel like that's going to be a big swerve, because I feel like, going forward, Espeon is going to become a bigger player, especially now that it is kind of up in the air, like who her allegiance really is with, um, in regards to people on her team. So yeah, I feel like Espeon is going to be a big swerve elimination at eighth place, and so then let's see. Then we are at top 7, boys. Here we go. So, top 7. Top 7 is interesting because, again, it's hard to predict what kind of like villainous things these two are going to be doing, but I feel like 7th place is going to be Munchlax. I feel like Munchlax is going to be on his last legs for like a while. Um, and I feel like Riolu's going to just be kind of dangling this like, ooh, am I going to betray you? Am I going to betray you? I feel like he's going to be just dangling that over Munchlax's head for a while. And then Munchlax is finally going to snap, and he's going to be like, you know what, screw you. I don't need you. I'm going to expose you. I'm going to do it myself. And then it's going to backfire, and Munchlax is going to be the one that gets eliminated. I also think that Riolu is going to be out of the closet. Okay, hold on. Let me phrase that better. Riolu is going to come out of the closet as a villain somewhere around here. Because I don't think he's going to do it in the next episode. I think he's definitely going to wait until post-merge. Because the thing is, no one really knows that he's a villain except for Munchlax. Or maybe, if not here, then maybe he's going to wait until Munchlax is eliminated, and then he's going to fly under the radar some more, and be like, yo, check it. This is the story all about how Abandoned got flipped turned upside down because I'm Riolu and I'm a villain. Pardon me. But I feel like Munchlax is going to try to retaliate against Riolu, and it is going to backfire on him. So Munchlax is going to be in 7th place. And then 6th place. This is gonna be pretty rough, because I don't think it's gonna be one of those things where it's like an outsider vote. You know what I mean? Like the Reject Reality Island kind of vote. I don't think that's gonna happen. Either not here, not top 5, whatever. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think that this hurts, but I just have this feeling that Jake is going to crush my dreams and have Electrike be in 6th place, because Matt isn't allowed to be happy. And yeah, that's the only reason why. I don't know. I just have this feeling that kind of once Flaffy is eliminated, I don't think there's going to be a rift between Electrike and Magmar. I feel like they're still going to be tight, but I feel like without Flaffy and without Espeon, it's going to be kind of like, I don't know. I feel like Hitmonlee is going to I feel like he's going to have to go into business for himself, because in his eyes, think about it this way. So there's 3 of us in this alliance, and we're in the top 6. So if we make it to the final 3, they're best buds. So they're obviously gonna get me out. So no hard feelings, but I think that I should get one of them out first, and then deal with the other one, whenever. So I feel like Hitmonlee is gonna kind of, it won't be a heel turn or anything like that. He's not gonna turn into a villain because of it, but I feel like it'll just be like a nice strategic kind of move for him, and it would be a swerve honestly because Electrike, not that he's the main character of the show, but like, I don't know, there really isn't a main character of this show, but Electrike has been one of the biggest characters in the show since episode 1. He's had one of the biggest storylines, or one of the longest storylines, I should say, of the entire show, with the love triangle with him and Flaffy and Duwad. Hey, it's a triangle right there. um, and additionally, him and Magby slash Magmar's bro show, that's been going on for a long time, man. That's been going on for a while. And so I feel like his story arc is going to be complete, and he's going to go out. I feel like he's going to go out on a shield, though. I feel like he's going to go out fighting till the very end, because that's just how he do. So, unfortunately, as much as it pains me, Electrike, I think, is going to be in 6th place. Now we're at the final 5. We have 3 heroes, 2 villains, or if I am correct and Hitmonlee does a little kind of does some foul play in Electrike's elimination, we would have 2 good guys, 2 bad guys, and then 1 kind of tweener. Not necessarily, and I think tweener would be a very kind of broad term to use. He's not a good guy. Well, he kind of is. He's not a bad guy. He's just a good guy who has to do bad things sometimes. He's like Batman. And so I feel like 5th place is going to be one of the villains, because I don't know, I got this feeling that it's going to be Riolu, man. I got this feeling. I feel like everybody's going to kind of, because I feel like by this point, if these 3 don't know that he's a villain, Haunter's definitely going to know that he's a villain. And so I think that Haunter being like, yo, strategy and shit, he's going to come to these 3 and be like, listen, this dude is going to try to sabotage you and manipulate you. Me, on the other hand, I might try to do that, but only after he's gone. So let's all vote and get him out. And then these 3 would be like, yo, what do you think? Yo, what do you think? And so, yeah, I think Riolu is going to be in 5th place. That's what I think. And or it could work out like this, where Riolu then goes to, try to sabotage Magmar, Frostlass. Don't you dare try to mess with them. And it backfires on him. And he ends up being da one. I am the one. Don't weigh a ton. Don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. So yeah, I think Riolu is going to be in 5th place. Now we're down to the final 4. Frostlass, Magmar, Hitmonlee, and Haunter. Everyone has evolved at least once. Well, these 2 can't anymore, but these 2 can one more time. I feel like at this point, Haunter's just going to go like full-on pants backwards villain at this point. And he's going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, what are they going to do? Eliminate me? I've already come this far. And I think that he is going to manipulate some people to eliminate Hitmonlee. Yep, unfortunately. Listen, man, I don't like it either, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. That's how you play the Game of Thrones. Yeah, but pretty much like Electrike, I think Hitmonlee's going to go out on a shield. He's going to fight it out the whole way until the very end, and yeah, he's going to go out honorably, and yeah, and then there were 3. And then there were 3, the final 3. Frostlass, Magmar, and Haunter. Haunter, at this point is like, what the fuck y'all gonna do? I'm a villain, bitch. Like, you can't. I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me. Like, full on. Like, I'm untouchable. And then I think he's gonna get touched. Not like that. Not like that. I think Haunter's gonna get third, because I'm I'm always kind of a big fan of hero versus hero finales, because I feel like when you have a hero versus hero finale, it's really like, or in the case of my season one, a hero versus hero finale, you really kind of, you have more opportunity to have it be about the game, because that's what it is. You know, you're in the finals, it should be about the game, unless there is some super long storyline that, unless there's like some 10 episode storyline that's going to be concluded in the finale, like with a villain. Like, I'm not usually a huge fan of hero versus villain finales that like have no build. As a wrestling fan, we love build. You have to, because listen, the finale is the money match. That's what people wait the entire season to see. That's what people, and I don't know when the finale of Abandoned is going to be. Hell, it could be in 2022 for all we know. And that's, I'm not I'm not roasting you, Jake. I'm not adding you. I'm not, that's not tea. I'm just saying that we still have a long way to go in this season. Boom, 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 boom. We still have, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 more episodes at the max. So if that's one a month, that's into 2020. So like, and this started in the spring of 2017. So it's like, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is the prize fight. These are the main eventers. Okay, I did it third, second, first, because I don't remember if Jake has told me this or not, but I don't know for a fact if it's going to be a 2-person finale or a 3-person finale. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on anything. I don't know. But as I'm going to treat it as though it is a 2-person finale, but if you're in third, you're pretty much a main eventer. But like, so the finale, the final 2, that's the main event, man. That's what we all came here to see. That's what we started the season. We picked our favorites. We said, I want these 2 to be in the finals. And if your favorites are in the finals, congratulations. And if your favorites aren't in the finals, well, I'm sorry. But this is the moment we've all been waiting for. And so you have to build up a like, if, let me rephrase. Let me start over, I should say. If you're going to have a hero versus villain finale, I feel like it should have a shit ton of build. I feel like it should be at least like 8 to 10 episodes of build, where it's like, this is why, like, these are the reasons why so and so versus so and so is the finale. This is the reason why person X versus person Y is the match that you want to see in the finale. If it's going to be a hero versus villain finale, don't make it a hero and a villain that have like kind of never butted heads before. Because like, if you think about it, Hunter and Hunter and Frostlass, they've never like butted heads or anything. Neither has fucking Haunter and Magmar that I know of. I mean, Haunter's trying to sabotage him. We'll see where that goes. But up until this point, they really haven't like butted heads or anything. Like they haven't gotten into it at all. So it's like, if you're gonna start building that up, we gotta start like here, man. We gotta go all the way this way. And you gotta make me want to see that match. And chances are, if it's a hero versus villain finale, the expected audience reaction is going to be, we want the hero to win, because because they're the conquering hero. The hero is more often than not the underdog, and so we want to see the underdog succeed. Unless the villain is that good that we're like, fuck the hero, like we'll watch the villain all day. But like I don't know if Haunter's like that per se. We'll see, but who knows. Um, but yeah, I just feel like there isn't that chemistry between either Haunter and Frostlass or Haunter and Magmar. So here we have the finale, the final two, the babyface versus babyface finale. Honestly, it is the underdog versus underdog finale. Who is the underest of all the dogs? Is it Frostlass, who, honestly, there's something about Frostlass that I'm just like that just electrifies me. Like I don't know what it is about her character, but there's something about it that I just love. Um, and she's been dealing with shit the entire season, man. The entire season. And so has friggin' Magmar. If if you're gonna do underdogs, man, have it be two underdogs fighting each other, and to see which underdog is gonna be over the other underdog. I don't know. Um, but yeah, that's how you got to do it, man. That's what I think at least. So this is my ideal final two, and this is honestly this is kind of a reach, but I do feel like if it is these two in the final two, I do feel like there is the finale is gonna feel more about the game. The finale is gonna feel like who wants to win more, me or you? It's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like a hero versus villain finale where it's like forget the money, I want to defeat you. Like that's fine as long as you have the build, like I was saying earlier. But the chemistry in the build just isn't there so far. So I feel like they wouldn't be able to like I don't know. I feel like a finale of Boom versus Boom or Boom versus Boom, it wouldn't quite work. So I would want to see a finale of these two just duking it out over the money. Who wants it more? Who wants to win more? Who is going to be the best underdog that they can be? And I think that the runner-up is going to be Frostlass. Pains me. I love you, Frostlass. But I think that Magmar is going to win Abandoned, because I feel like Magmar has literally been through the ringer every single episode of Abandoned. I feel like it just gets worse and worse and worse for him every single episode. Every single episode pops up, and it's like, oh no, this is it. He's done for. But then, not quite. It's not quite enough to get him out of there. And then that's going to continue. Something's going to come up like every episode, and you're going to be like, oh no, not Magmar. And then he's going to overcome, because that's how a conquering hero do. That is what he do. And yeah, I think so. This is my finale, Frostlass versus Magmar, and I think Magmar is going to win Abandoned. So this is the official leaked elimination order for Abandoned. I'm just kidding. That's absolutely not true at all. This is just my opinions, man. This is just my predictions. So if you enjoyed my predictions, please drop a like on this video. If your predictions are something different, leave it in the comments down below. Tell me what you think. And I'll be sure to send this video to Jake and see what he thinks. I'm sure he won't tell me anything outright, but maybe I'll get a better sense as to how close I am. Not whether or not I got it right, but whether or not I'm on the right track. So, and let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so in conclusion, finale, Frostlass versus Magmar, and Magmar is going to win the $1 million. So, with all that being said, I am your boy, Sarcastic Slowking. I will see you guys next time for another episode of Island Strikes Back, maybe? Another episode of Pokememe Island, maybe. Glad you all enjoyed that. Or maybe I will see you guys on the next episode of Abandoned. We'll just have to see, won't we? All right, guys. Peace.